Hey guys, it's Shelby, and today I am so excited for this video because I asked on Instagram what questions you had about my period routine or about Thinx in general, because that's what I use, and I did not expect the amount of questions I got. So before we get into this, I'm going to answer all the questions that I can. I got over 1,000 responses. Normally I can read all of your questions. This time I couldn't. But before we get started, a few things. Number one, I didn't realize so many of you don't have your period routine like locked down. So let me know in the comments what you're currently using and also what you've tried. I'd love to hear, okay? Number two, this video is not sponsored by Thinx. I've never been sponsored by Thinx. I am an affiliate of theirs. So right now they're actually having the biggest sale of the year, and that's one of the reasons I wanted to do this Q&A, because one of the questions I get all the time is it worth the money? So right now they have a sale going on, 30% off site-wide, plus you can use my $10 off link. I'll link it at the top of the description. And when you do bundles, when you buy certain sets, you can get another percentage off. So that's like, I think 10, 15, 20% on top of the sale that's already going on. That was my whole intention around making this Q&A, because I know a lot of people ask me when they have their sales if it's worth it, if I should buy them, and all the questions they have. So I figured one quick, easy video, answer all the questions. Let's do it. The most asked question I got is, how often do you change them? And I find this to be so interesting because obviously how often you change them is going to depend on your personal body and also your personal preference. Personally, for me, I don't mind leaving mine on until it's completely full. Some people hate the feeling of leaving their Thinx on until it's completely full. Also, how often you have to change it is going to depend on how heavy your flow is, right? So the first couple days of my period, I'm changing them a lot more often than on the last day of my period. But I would say on my heavy days, I can use up to 3 or 4 of my Thinx. And on my lighter days, I can wear the same one all day, no problem. So it just really depends on your body type. And some of your responses said that, like, I know it depends on how heavy your flow is and what your preferences are, but I'm looking to get an idea. So if any of you watching this video use Thinx as well, let us know in the comments how often you change them. I think that could be really helpful for people looking to learn about this. Similarly, how do you know when to change them? And I thought this was also an intriguing question, because I feel like if you are a person who has your period and you use a menstrual cup or a tampon or even a conventional pad, it's all just kind of learned as you use them. I don't really know how I could describe that. I mean, like, I don't know how you would describe when you know a pad is full either. So I guess you just have to use them to know that. I don't know how to describe when I know it's full. I don't know how to describe that. But a lot of people ask, do they feel wet? And honestly, to me, no, they never feel uncomfortable, right? So do I use Thinx as secondary to something else? A lot of people were asking, like, do you use these with a pad? Do you use these with a menstrual cup and all that? I don't. And the reason I don't use anything else other than Thinx is because A, I've never used a tampon in my life. So I've also never used a menstrual cup. Because I've never used a tampon, that whole side of things always kind of freaked me out. So when I first got into reusable period underwear and trying to have a zero waste period routine, I actually switched to pads, which can move around. They move around. And that was my biggest issue. I had one leak that was so bad. I was so embarrassed about it. I don't want to go into that here. How about I will go into it on my secret video list, because that being out to the public, no. On my secret list, okay, fine. So if you want to see that, I'll leave it linked below. You can subscribe. It's just a newsletter where you can only get those videos if you're a part of it. So I'll tell you my secret over there. But that's not the point. The point is, I did have leaks with regular pads as well as with reusable pads. So I switched to using only Thinx, and I have literally not had a leak since. Before I switched to just Thinx, we had to have darker sheets because I would have leaks at night. I also would sleep on a towel, and even still to this day, I like had the inkling to go grab a towel to sleep on, because I'm so scared that now that we have light sheets that I will have a leak and it will mess them up. But I have never had that happen. They feel so much more comfortable than anything else I've ever used, and that's why I use them exclusively. Another question that can be like quantifiable as how much do they hold is a question that actually Thinx has done research on, and there is an answer. So before I answer that question, I guess you need to know which pairs I use because they have so many different ones for all different preferences, and I'll kind of talk a little bit to each of those in a little bit. But I personally use their super high waist ones. They have regular high waist that holds a little bit less, and the super high waist ones which hold more. For me, having them hold more is just more convenient. It means I have to have less of them, so I appreciate that. So I use the super high waist ones. Those hold 5 tampons worth of blood or 9 tablespoons. So if you don't want the super high waist ones, which are going to be the more like, I guess you would technically say bulky ones, they have a ton of other ones. They even have thongs. Personally, for me, the most important thing is convenience and comfort. So that's why I go for the super high waist ones. I could care less if someone can see my underwear line through my bottoms or my pants or whatever. I don't care. But if that is a main concern for you, then they have even like thinner ones. They even have thongs, all sorts of stuff. And then as those like cuts that they have change from the super high waist that I use over to the thongs, they hold different amounts of blood. So definitely something to check out what your preference would be. Probably one of the most common questions is how many do you need for a cycle? And again, if anyone here uses them, please let us know in the comments how many you have for your cycle, because this is going to vary on how often you want to wash them. So I personally don't want to wash mine every day, especially if I'm only going through 2 or 3 pairs a day. I don't want to wash them every single day. So typically I wash every other day, which means that if I had about 6 of them, I would never run out. And if I was washing every other day, I would be fine. Personally, right now, I think I have more than 6. I think I have probably closer to 12, just because I have some of my older ones that are not the super high-waisted, they're just the regular high-waisted ones. And I'll kind of use those on the last days of my period, whereas I'll use my super high-waist ones in the beginning. So it just depends how often you want to change them, how heavy your flow is, and also how often you want to wash them. So it's really, really hard to say how many you personally would need, but personally for me, that's how many I have and how many I use. And speaking of how many I use on my heavy days, a lot of people ask me, do I think this would be good for people with really heavy flows, even postpartum and stuff like that? Again, this is so personal to what heavy means to you, because to me, I only have reference as to how much I'm bleeding. I have had times in my life where my period was significantly heavy, where I had to go to the doctor and talk to them about, hey, I think something's wrong here. And I have periods that I now consider normal, but compared to who? I don't know. But the fact that the things I use hold up to 5 tampons worth of blood tells me that to the average person, yeah, for sure, these would hold up to a heavy period. And during that time where I was having significant issues with my period, I had to go to the doctor. It was a whole fiasco. Don't get me started, because it was literally the month that I was kicked off of my parents' insurance. American healthcare for you. But anyway, as far as if they'll hold for heavy periods, in my experience, absolutely yes. Another little caveat I was going to give here to the Thinx is that if you are on certain insurance plans, they actually qualify as being like a medical device of sorts. I'll leave it on the screen because I forget exactly what it is, but you can use like your spending plan through your insurance to purchase Thinx. It's just a really, really great deal. So I just wanted to put that in here for anyone who has one of those accounts. Thinx actually has other subset brands called Speaks. I forget what the other one is, but it's basically a line for people who are teens and also for people who have bladder leaks, because blood and urine are a little bit different in like their viscosity. And so the amount or the type of fabric you would need to catch urine is a little bit different than blood. So definitely check out their other lines that they have that would be better for that. And the discount that I have applies to those as well, in case you're wondering. Another huge question is, what do you do when you're out of the house? So anybody who uses reusables is going to experience a little bit of like, what do I do in the situation when you're out in public or not at home? So for me personally, I have something by a brand. I've had this for years. I used it when I had reusable pads. I used it when I worked my 9 to 5 to have those reusables. It's called a wet bag. People who also have children will know you use this like for reusable diapers and things like that. Basically, you take off your used item and you put it in the wet bag. It's not going to let any smell or liquids get out, because that's how it works. I've been using the same wet bag for years. I haven't had to use it too much lately. I did have to use it on our honeymoon, and I have to use it often when I go to my mom's house. But that's what you use. You basically just keep that in your bag. I keep it in my backpack. I put the used ones in there, and it has another pocket to keep to have fresh ones. So you can use that bag for both purposes. It's just what I use. I used it when I did work my 9 to 5. It was different, right? It's a different experience than than just taking something off and throwing it away. And if you're not comfortable with that experience, it's also an option to use reusables when you are comfortable with it, and use disposables or some other form that you're more comfortable with when you're out. But for me personally, it's just never been a big concern. I just swap them out, move on with my life. I'll link the wet bag that I use. I'll have it linked below. It's by the brand that I used to use reusable pads from. The brand is really, really great. I love them. Just didn't work for me personally. And another question kind of associated with when you're out of the house, what do you do, is what do you do when you swim? So like I said already, for me personally, I've never used a tampon. I've always used pads. So for me, I don't swim when I'm on my cycle. That's just how it works for me. I understand that's not gonna work for everyone. And if you're not like opposed to a menstrual cup, that's a great solution for those situations. For me, I just sit it out. But Thinx are going to absorb water if you get into it. So not really an answer to using them when you're swimming, right? I did get some questions about other brands. I just have been using Thinx for years. Literally, I think coming up on probably 4 years now, and they've lasted for a really long time, and they're comfortable for me, and they do what I need them to do. They were just such the perfect solution to the problems I was having with reusable pads. I've never looked into another brand. I don't really see the point of me looking into another brand when this one works so well for me. I'm also a little bit of a brand loyalist. I don't know if you guys have noticed this over time, but if a brand is the first one I'm introduced to, or one of the first brands doing something in their subcategory, I tend to like really ride or die for them. And that's just how it is with Thinx. They've been the perfect solution to the problem I had. So I've just stuck with them. Also because I know their team and I know how they produce things ethically. Just really love them as a brand as a whole, and they've worked really well for me. So I haven't tried other brands. That's the honest answer to that question. In general, that's why I haven't tried another brand. I can't really recommend another brand. I can tell you this brand works amazing, and that's what I've got. I got quite a few questions about my cleaning process, which I'll link my period routine right here. That will kind of show you my cleaning process. Basically, I'll just run through it for you really quickly. Whenever I take one off, if I'm at home, I will rinse it. If I'm out of the house, I skip the rinsing part until I get home. But I'll rinse it out, and then I'll put it in this bucket that I have that's full of water, and I'll keep them there until I put them in my washer. My washer has the smallest load possible, and I'll wash them on cold, and then I hang dry them. And that process has never resulted in any sort of weird smells or anything like that. I've had some questions about like, do they always get completely clean, or like when you clean them, do they still smell or have a weird texture and all that sort of thing. That has not been my experience. So yeah, that's my process, and it works really well for me. I actually got some questions about why I soak them, and I don't really have an answer to that other than it's just what I've done that makes the most sense to me, that works really well for getting them clean. If you don't want to soak them, then like don't, but that's what I do, and that's what has worked for me, like I said, for years. And then the most uncomfortable question I got that I thought I'd just put it here at the end because how awkward to talk about. So if talking about bodily fluids grosses you out, like low key it does me, but I'm gonna answer it to be helpful, skip this part. Skip ahead. So one of the questions is about odor and smell. I have not personally noticed any sort of outstanding odor from my Thinx. That's just me personally. If you've had a different experience, let us know. But I did recently, well, like a few months back, have an experience where I had to use disposables again. And let me tell you, the contrast that I noticed from disposable smell was, it was nasty, to be honest with you. So I did some research and tried to find out why the smell was so much more drastic with disposables, and it turns out that disposables have a lot of times perfumes in them that your bodily fluids will interact with and result in that smell. I also found out that the chemicals that they use to like bleach cotton and process the materials in the pads can interact with your bodily fluids, and that smell, that reaction is
I'm having one of those moments.
What led to that smell. I will also say that on Thinx site you can see the layers that they have, and one of the layers is an odor locking layer. So I just haven't had that experience with them. I'm not saying that nobody can. I'm just saying that when I notice the difference between disposables and my Thinx is drastic, okay? So, and keep in mind, I've never used a tampon. So your experience from using a tampon might be very much different than having it not be inside of you. Again, bodily fluids, discussing them, freaking me out. Another question, which may be even worse than the odor question, is about clots. So personally, let me just say the chunkiness for, this really freaks me out, but I'm gonna talk about it because I'm trying to be helpful. Ooh, Shelbi, you're being helpful. Personally, for me, when I feel that sensation, I absolutely cannot sit still and let it happen. Even if you're using reusable pads, if you're using disposable pads, or if you're using anything that's not a tampon or a cup, you're going to feel it. And for me personally, when I feel that, I absolutely cannot fight the urge to go to the bathroom and let it go into the toilet. It's all the same with Thinx. It's no different. So whatever your process is for that, then there's this. And if that process does not work for you, then probably a menstrual cup is a much better option for you. That's just my input on that. Okay, can we move on? That answers all of the questions that I got, or the most commonly asked ones. If there's a one or two here or there that I missed, please let me know your questions in the comments and I will get back to all of them. Just like I said, I got so many questions about this, which really shocked me. And so I wasn't able to read every single response like I normally am. So if I missed something, please let me know. I will respond in the comments unless I don't have an answer to your question. Maybe someone else in the community can answer your questions, and I'm excited to see your responses to my questions at the beginning of the video. So again, let me know what you're currently using, what hasn't worked for you, and I'll be chatting with you a bunch in the comments. Like I said, right now Thinx is having a site-wide sale, 30% off, on top of my $10 link that you can use, on top of their bundle discounts. So if you've ever been thinking about Thinx, if these questions helped you, definitely check that out. Like I said, I'll leave the link at the top of the description. But that's all the questions that you had. So thank you so much for watching, and remember, until next time, you cannot do all the good that the world needs, but the world needs all the good that you can do. Bye, guys.